same road. This is the road literally away from my house. This isn't the road out that if we're going anywhere. We generally in Rocky go along this road. So it is the start of our summer tour. We are now away in Rocky pretty much throughout the summer. Mrs. Tigger's driving as always. Mrs. Tigger's driving. Ruben is over there. I'm in the passenger. Ralph's strapped in the back. We've even got, you can't really see it, but in the rearview mirror there is our Zoe's dad. So we're in convoy. We are on our first day of the trip. We are going to turn the music down a little bit. We are off our way to Aberystwyth. So we're going to go there today, just have a walk around. We're not staying there today. We're actually staying in a place called Aberaron, which was recommended by my good friend Tim, who was my best man at my wedding. Yeah, then we're going to work our way down the coast, sort of going probably maybe pop into Newgale just for the day, and then we're heading down to St David's again. We're going back to Caerphilly Bay where we were last year, so if you haven't seen that vlog, I'll put it up in a tile up here. Go back and watch that. We had a couple of vlogs there, had a really nice time while we were camping, and that was sort of probably the first time that we watched a few vlogs that basically ended up us having Rocky. So come along. We're going to get you, we'll see you when we get to Aberystwyth. We made it, yes.
We made it, we made it.
We made it, yeah. So we're in Aberystwyth. We'll catch up with you in a bit.
We did it,
So
we did it.
we did it, didn't we? Yes.
We did it, Millie.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, we'll catch you in a bit. We're just going to get Ruben settled and we'll catch you when we get into Aberystwyth. Right, so we made it to Aberystwyth. Oh. Right, we made it to Aberystwyth. Ruben is coming over to get in his chair and we'll have a walk into town. If you're going to park up here and you are, like us, got a blue badge, it's free. All the car parks in this area are free if you hold a blue badge, so that's good. But it's about £4 for about 2 hours, so it's not the most cheapest, but it'll do. We're going to lock up, we're going to go into town and we'll see what Aberystwyth has. So we're down in Aberystwyth, we're going to have a bit of a walk around. Got Ralph with his nice new autism support harness on, but yeah, down here it's not the best of days. We're on sort of the western side. We're going to walk down there to the pier in a minute, but what I will say is if you're coming here and you've got your dog through May through September, they're not allowed on the beach, so make sure you've got them on the harness and they behave themselves. I'm trying, but it's Ralph. Yeah, right, let's have a little look around. If you're coming to the train, the Cliff train, which is just Cliff Top Railway training station is just there, and you walk along the seafront, you are going to have to do this hill. I've just had to do it with Ruben in the chair. I'm going to be knackered. Right, let's have a look at the Cliff Top train. Wave. Right. So we've made it onto the Cliff Top Railway. There is a disabled bit, so we're actually stood in it with Ruben's chair, and also we've got Ralph because he is a special case, and his family have a dog friend. So we're gonna. This is the bottom of it. It takes about 5 minutes to get up there, and that's kind of. I will try and. I'll show you here. That's where we're going up, and there's two carriages. Obviously, they come up and down. I believe they're on a wired system that basically is one goes down, one goes up. The conductor, and we'll show you what it's like when we get going.
Croeso I Railffordd y Graig. Welcome to Cliff Railway. The carriage is about to depart. Please take care whilst on board.
Right, so we've made it to the top. Grampy's heading up in front of us. Ruben's just having a cream tea. Oh, I'm going to have to put Ralph in his short leash because he's with me. Hang on. Sorry, great camera skills here. Hey. Oh, Ralph, come on. So down there is a little cafe. Ruben's currently in there having a cream tea and scone. It's a bit expensive, just remember that, but obviously I suppose they can. Up here at the top of the cliff you have bowling and mini golf. Obviously you've got to pay for those, but you can get a great views. I'm just going to show you the views now. There you go, look at them all the way over, and you can see the hills and monuments down there. You can see the university and the whole town of Aberystwyth. And there you've got crazy golf and a gift shop. We'll look around, obviously at the top here, some houses, and here we go. There's the price if you want to do the crazy golf up here. It's £4 for adults, £2 for children. And there's the crazy golf. Also, if you want to do the camera observatory, entry is free, but adults are £1, children are free. No children are accompanied. So children are £1. So realistically, everyone's 50p each, if you want to look at it that way. Right, we're going to go to the top, have a look at the, I think there's like a burning torch. Like, this is one of the Millennium torches that got lit up back in the turn of the millennium. Probably somebody watching this wouldn't even remember that. I remember that. I remember I was. Ooh. So unless Ralph is actually going to... Right, so unless Ralph is actually going to start dragging me down the hill, which he is doing. I've just read here, if you stand on top of the cliff here and it's a nice clear day, you can actually see Mount Snowdon, which is the highest peak, and it's about 35 miles away apparently, but it's identified by two sort of peaks. If you look directly north, if you stand right by that sign just up there and get your phone compass out and look directly north, it's a nice clear day and you can see two peaks. That's Snowdon. So we've just got back from Aberystwyth town, and you meet all sorts here. Making for Doris, we met them at Van Life. Yeah, and they parked up right next to us in Aberystwyth. They're going to leave them a sticker. So Making of Doris, if you watched the vlog, yes, we saw you. Unfortunately, we didn't bump into you, but we left you a sticker on your windscreen. So hopefully you didn't mind it, and it was great seeing Doris again. Right, so we finished in Aberystwyth. We're now on our way down to Aberaron to camping on the farm. Aberystwyth, yeah, it sort of reminded me from my hometown. I come from a seaside town in Kent called Margate. Very much reminded me of that. The smell did anyway. The cliff railway was good. Ruben really enjoyed it. Must say, really, really good for pushing around on the wheelchair. Disabled access was great. I also saw several toilets in the town that had disabled toilets. So Aberystwyth was really good. Yeah, I must say, for someone that's disabled or you're coming with someone that's got additional needs, it's great. Yeah, also on the cliff railway, they allowed us to use Ruben's access card, which is his card that we've just got recently, that allows him to get into places at reduced rates, and Zoe goes in as his carer, so that's really, really good. And there was, yeah, lots of shops there, typical little seaside town. Enjoyed it. Yeah. Right, we're going to get on because I'm going to help Ruben out, and we'll see you when we get to camping at the farm.
Day 2.
Morning from day 2. We are woken up. We've all been up for a good while now. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. We had a bit of breakfast. We've sort of tidied up. The weather isn't the best. I've been out with Ralph already playing, but this is the campsite. So this is camping on the farm where we are. It's a big field, Aberaron. The beach is just over there. There's a gate to get into the beach. There's Stephen over there with his tent. We're pitched up over here. Yes, look, the new awning is up. And yes, the pegs are down and the screw pegs are in. It is going nowhere. We had some nice plates also made. Our neighbour's dog is coming to say hello. We had some nice plates made by our friends, some alley checker plates. Ralph is going to go and have a chat with the neighbour and see if he... Oi! Yeah, so up here, I'll show you a bit later, but it's just a big campsite, lots of pitches, lots and lots of pitches. There's two fields, the field we're in and there's this field to the side. The toilets and change rooms up there, they are basic, but they are nice. The showers are nice and warm, toilets are nice and clean, but what more do you want? And it is super cheap here. Oh, say super cheap, reasonable. It is £25 a night without electric and £32 a night with electric. So, you know, £7 a day for electric. If you're using it, I can understand that. Maybe a bit, might have that wrong, but I'll put it on the screen actually what it would be. But we're gonna have a walk into town, which is literally you just walk to the corner of the field just there, and there's a footpath that will lead you straight into town, which is just in the distance there, probably about a 10-minute walk, 5-minute walk, and you're in town. There's not a great deal there, but there's a few shops. I'm gonna go have a look. I forgot to fill us up with water yesterday, so I have been walking back and forward to the tap with bottles of water, so we now got a bit of water in. But yeah, come and join us when we walk into town and we'll show you what's in Aberaron. So we're in Aberaron and it has lots of little... I'm going to do my hair first. So it just started raining. We're in Aberaron now. Has lots of lovely little boutique shops. You can see there's like a nice little bakery. There's some shops and there's some pubs. So there is, when you come here, there is some bits to look around. There is a park and there's a lovely riverside walk as well as around the harbour. So we're going to go explore a bit more and we'll see if there's anything interesting. We'll show you it right now. So we've made it down to Aberaron. Aberaron. And currently there is actually some, if you're coming here, currently the flood defence works happening. But there's all in notice boards around and a lot of it is fenced off, but you can see there, that's the guys working on the coastal stuff over there. You can see them in the distance. It's actually a company I used to work for but yeah, you can't, fortunately, if you're this part, you can't get on the beach here. Like, I believe you can get on the beach over there. You can get down. It's a little bit grim today, but we're having a walk around. We're just currently down by the harbour master's office, so we're getting a cup of tea. Ralph and that. Basically, this is the harbour here, and you can walk around it. It's not a very long walk, took us a couple of minutes. It's all nice and flat. There is plenty of access for someone in a wheelchair, so they can come around here quite easy. So it's lovely there, and we have seen some toilets. There's accessible toilets around, and there's plenty of signage to where they are. So here's the harbour. The tide's actually out at the minute. I might try and come down later and get some B-roll of the sea in, but obviously people got their boats here and they're all sat there waiting to go out.
Day 3.
Morning and welcome to day 3. We are about to leave our first campsite, which was camping on the farm at Aberaron. It was nice. We'll let you know about it in a bit and what our thoughts were, but come with us as we drive down to St David's for our second campsite, which is a place we've been to before, Caerphilly Bay campsite. If you haven't seen it already, go back to our vlog last year, which gives you the full campsite review. What I'm going to say is we're going to show you the other stuff of St David's that we didn't show you in the original vlog, and then we'll be on after a couple of days there, we're down to Newgale, which is a really interesting campsite, a massive beach, and we'll show you a bit more of that in this vlog. As we were saying, yeah, we've left camping on the farm. Really nice campsite for what it is, but we found that this is probably going to be a campsite where if you're doing like the West Coast 400, it's an overnighter, you stop here overnight. Aberaron's got a few things, but I wouldn't say enough to keep you sort of entertained for a whole week.
It's nice and chilled.
Nice and chilled, yeah. So if you want a nice chill campsite, camping on the farm, can't recommend that enough. Right, let's go to St David's. So we've made it to St David's. We're a little bit early for the campsite, so we are going to stop in. There's a big car park just up here. We've seen a few other people use it, and there's a few motorhome spots. So hopefully we'll go in there and see if there is any left.
Right, where am I going?
There, we see the little motorhome sign.
Look, the beach. Go! So just brought Reuben down to the sea, which as we know is his favourite thing. So our campsite is just up there on that cliff. It's not very accessible. Because you've got to come down that cliff space all the way down there. But here he is, in his natural habitat, as they say. Ooh, it's cold! But this is the time I'm kind of wishing I brought my paddleboard. But as of yet, I've not gone on the sea in my paddleboard. Eddie! He's coming, he's coming! He's coming! He's coming again! Eddie! Look at that big wave! He's coming to get you!
Chicken!
Here's a Ralphie! Come on! Ralphie! Ready, big one?
So we've made it into St David's. St David's is the smallest city in the UK, and we've made it into the town. Zoe and Reuben are having a look around. They ran a bit of a mooch. Has lots of little shops and stalls that you can go to. It also has like some chain stores here, like Animal and Mountain Warehouse. So you can have a look around, but there's lots of like little independent shops. There's a little independent bike shop over there, and there's lots of little gift shops. But also you've got around the town is these little huts and information centres where you can go and book boat trips over to the islands, and then you've got like a chocolate shop, and this leads you all the way down to the cathedral. We visited the cathedral on our trip last year, so if you haven't already seen it, as we've already said, go back and watch that one, and it gives you a bit more of an in-depth into St David's. This vlog won't be on that, this is just us visiting and that, and we will show you a bit more as we go around. Oh, there's also a fat face. Where we go, Ralph? So we've had a little stop in the Cross Hotel in St David's. It's a lovely little pub just in the centre of town. We will say, if you're here during the week, there's some renovation work going on behind you. If you're here this summer in 2025, there's some of the older houses being renovated at the minute. But yeah, it's really nice. They serve breakfast from 8 o'clock here, and they're open throughout the day. They have even dog friendly, got water, and yeah, you get some nice shade and you can watch the world go by. So we'll stop here. I'm gonna have a cream tea, I'm gonna have a lime and soda, Drew's got his juice, and Zoe's gonna have whatever Zoe has. And then we're going to have a look in the shops on the other side of the street and perhaps pick up a pasty or three. So a little bit of a tip, if you are coming here, there are some spaces down this road that actually offer, if you can see over there, you can park here for 2 hours, obviously no return within one, and it is literally around the corner from the visitor centre and where the paid parking is. So if you can grab one of these spots, it's well worth doing that if you don't want to have to pay for parking. You're literally just popping in and popping out. There are some spaces there that you don't have to pay for, but you do get half an hour's free parking in the car park by the visitor centre. But as I say, if you're only popping in for a couple of hours to have a quick look, just there, ideal spot to get parking.
Day 4.
Right, we're on the move again. Zoe's obviously driving as always. Rube's in the back. We've now leaving Caerphilly Bay. Yeah, whatever. And then we're heading off to Newgale. So we're gonna. It's roughly 10, half 10. It's not going to take us very long to get there. So
We're hoping to get on early.
yeah, hoping to get on early. We have seen other people get on early there, so we're going to give them a call when we get there. We've got to stop, get some provisions before we get there. But yeah. Come along us as we have our overnight stay at Newgale, and we'll take you around the beach and show you everything there. Well, that was a bit hairy. Yeah, if you're travelling this way up to St David's from sort of Haverfordwest, you're going to come through a place called Solva. Now, Solva is really nice, and it is quite a historical port town. It has a lot of kilns and everything, loads of little shops, but the roads are really, really tight, so just take your time. When you're in a motorhome like this, you just got to take...
drivers and there's drivers, do you know what I mean? That's why I drive it, yeah, I'm a professional.
Professional something.
Yeah.
Right, so we've made it to Newgale campsite. We're just having a walk out. We're a bit early. They did let us come on to site early, but our pitch isn't ready, so they've just let us park on the grass until it is. When it is, we're going to pull on. We're just waiting for the person to leave. Then we're going to set up for the night, and we're basically now heading down to the little Landskir line coffee shop, get some lunch, and then we're going to set up, and we'll show you a bit more then. So you can get surf lessons here. You can hire wetsuits for £10 and surfboard for £15 a day. That's right. They've also got some surf lessons there. A number. This is Pabby Surf. Happiness comes in waves. Yeah, and there's your number just down there. Right. Here's Ruben and Zoe. Well, let's go get some chips. So we've made it to our next stop on the road trip, and we're actually in Newgale, which is near Solva in Wales. Newgale is famous for its 2 miles long of sandy white beaches, and is very, very popular with the surfing community. We're pitched up just there, Zoe and Gramps are having some fun. I'll quickly show you. This is quite a basic campsite. It does have electric and has lots of grass pitches, but what I would say is if you're wanting to come here, book early, because it does get booked up. We're here just in the first week of the school holidays and it's already full. So they have lots of pitches. I'll show you. Look, you can see around here there's all the pitches and the grass. It has an amenity block, showers, toilets, the like. Has a little shop, and also then has a cafe just on the end of the campsite, which does some lovely baguettes and salads and chips and coffees and so on. When you get here, it's the most quirkiest reception I've ever seen, because it's a caravan itself. And there's also a surf school here, and they sell logs and have a little bit of a shop and everything. There's also a bit of a notice board up here. This is the amenity block, towels and shawlets. showers and toilets. That's the thing. So they have notice board here, lots of lovely grass pitches. So if you are coming along this part of the Welsh coast, I totally recommend Newgale campsite. And as you can see, the beach is wonderfully long. So we're only here for a night tonight, and then we head on further. We're in Tenby tomorrow. Good morning from the passenger seat. We are off again on our travels. We've left Newgale. It's just out there. And there's things falling all over the place as we're driving. We're not sure. Lots of rattles. But we're on our way to Tenby today and Saundersfoot. So we're just going to drive into Tenby, park up for the day, go in, find a sweet shop or three, get Zoe some coffee because there's her coffee shop. As you can see, she's got the sunglasses on because she hasn't had a coffee yet. Yeah, and we'll show you around Tenby and our campsite at Windy Hill Farm near Saundersfoot.
Guys, we're going on a seal safari. A lot cheaper in Tenby than it was in St David's. So me and Ruben are getting ready to get on. Look, there's the boats down here. Mum's hand. We're excited. We're going to stay on the boat. We're going to say. Yeah. So we got to get down by here now on the boats. So join us now. Are you excited? Where are we going? We're going on a. Where are we going on a?
Yeah.
And what are we going to say to the man?
Yeah.
What are we going to say on the boat? What are we going to say? What are we going to say?
because if a predator was to be above them in the water, they would only see darkness, and if a predator would be below them, they would be on the surface of the water, they would only see light. So a bit of a nature's trick there. If you look close enough as well, you can see their whiskers. They're so attuned to what's going on around them, they'll pop out the other side. Try and picture the volume of water needed just to fill that cave is incredible. That happened 8 years ago.
Tenby. If you park here, we're at the car park at the back of town. There is motorhome spaces, but they are tight to get into, so I'm now going to watch Zoe reverse out and we'll see how this goes. Right. Thankfully there's no one else parked next to us, so we can loads of them. She's going to do it. So we're off to Windy Hill Farm.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Guys, made it to Windy Hill Farm. We're kind of in between Sidestep and Kilgetty. This is a CL. Ralph is over them all. CL that we found on the caravan and camping app. I did think it was a little bit closer to Saundersfoot, but tomorrow we're going to make our way in. So as you can see, there's my dad up by there, there's ourselves and one van over there. So we decided
it's not going to hear you there.
We decided we're just going to do a little bit of motorhome maintenance, because we have sand everywhere. So yet again, Mrs. Tig is doing her cinders and cleaning. And we've literally got a short period of turnaround, so we're going to try and do the garage now and clean that up, so we don't have to do it when we get home. I just got to clean the van and sort the clothes out. So yeah, come and have a look around Windy Hill Farm, CL.
Right, quickly, I'll just show you. So yeah, we've just got all the stuff out there and we're just like grabbing all the stuff out the garage, ripping it out, re-putting it back in. Right, Windy Hill Farm is a CL, so there's only, look, Ralph is there. It's only got 5 or 7 pitches, I'm not entirely sure, but being a CL, I think it's only 5 pitches. But you've obviously got the choice of, we've just turned up and they were going out and they just said choose which pitch we wanted. We've chosen this pitch. It's got a nice big bit of grass next to it. The electric point is quite far away, so I've had to actually get both electric cables out to reach Rocky, but it's nice. It's really, really pretty and calm here. Got some wonderful views out onto the countryside. There's a toilet block and shower block. Showers are like 10p here for like 5 minutes, so nothing really. Water's nice and warm. Ruben's in there at the minute just doing the business, and then there's a little park down here for the kids. So there's a couple of swings, a chain bridge, some pull-up bars and the like, and they're just big grass areas, so it's nice and peaceful here.
Next month.
Morning guys, as Joe says, now. We decided to head home a day early. No fault of our own really, because we've got a quick turnaround, as you know. We're going back down to see our friends in Green on Tuesday. Probably me as well, that when I booked the CL, didn't realise how far out it was of everything. So there's a bit of a botch to get the Saundersfoot. So we're all ready. We've had a fantastic week anyway, as you know. So we decided to come home a day early, and we're just leaving the campsite. And unfortunately, my dad's car has gone into limp mode. So
so it'll be a Zoe only vlog.
Maybe. So see you in a bit.
Yeah, please. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you have made it this far, please like, click and subscribe. It does help the channel, gets us a bit more views and we can show you more content. So yeah, see you in a bit.